Godzilla bankrolls.
MartiManiacs, this is MartiMania on a very special edition of MartiMania. This is the week after Wrestlemania 28. And so let's go to the merch. This is my Wrestlemania jersey. I got it at Wrestlemania 25 in Houston, Texas, which was awesome. I got to go. And this is the one piece of merch I got to buy at the show. So that's why I wore it today, because it's very symbolic of Wrestlemania weekend. Tevin James?
And this is my CM Punk hat. I chose it because I love CM Punk, and I actually borrowed it from you.
Very good. And we got through the merch. Very good. Cool.
It's about time.
Killer Kowalski. So let's hop right into it with WrestleMania. The show as a whole, I have to be honest, kind of let me down a little bit. There are matches that I thought were going to be amazing that just weren't that great, especially the main event match. I think the build-up to The Rock versus John Cena was way, way better than the actual match itself. I felt like it took long to get started. And then when it finished really quickly. There was no build-up, no back and forth to me in the match.
That's true. I thought it was going to be a little bit more than what the match was, and it actually was not. And the ending wasn't that good to me. I mean, it was a surprise to everybody else, but who won wasn't right for me. I don't think that was right.
Yeah, so both of us were extremely let down, as you can follow the rest of every single episode of MartiMania.
Yep.
I am very, very upset with the WWE that they let The Rock waltz back in there and win. Although I figured his ego wasn't going to let him come back to lose to John Cena. But I felt kind of let down. I think I put a little too much faith in the WWE in this one.
I thought the match was rushed. The ending was rushed in celebration. I mean, The Rock laid one of these and then it was over. And, all you saw was John Cena sitting down. I don't know if there's any fireworks. I don't think there was fireworks.
The Rock, to say people say John Cena has these kind of matches, The Rock kind of got his ass beat for a good while and then hit one move and won, and that's
two attitude adjustments. And then one rock bottom and it was over. So that's how that went.
Which I'm sure he'll be ready by the next WrestleMania, which, judging from last time, will be another 8 years to recuperate, so he should be nice and ready by the time he gets back. I don't have anything else to say about this match. I've said my opinion on The Rock 100 times, and I hate The Rock. There's nothing anyone can say. I get in arguments with people on Twitter every day over The Rock. At MartiMania, by the way. I hate The Rock. There's nothing anyone can say to change that for me, because let me tell you something. I was one of the millions, by God, the millions, that waited for him at the Raw 15-year anniversary, waited for him at the 10th anniversary of SmackDown, waited for him at WrestleMania 25, and he never came. And therefore, screw Team Bring It and screw The Rock. And people like to, when I talk about The Rock, say, well, no, Cena's. I'm not talking about John Cena. I'm not saying this as a Cena fan. I'm saying this as a WWE fan, as somebody that's bought tickets, somebody that's been to over 20 shows, and somebody that's a very dedicated member. I've taken planes, trains, and airplanes to get cars, trains, buses. I forgot about a bus. And airplanes to get to WWE shows. So don't tell me I'm not a real fan because I'm not a Rock fan. The Rock is ridiculous. I think he's stupid. And he gets no more of my time for the next 7 years, which is probably the next time we'll see him. So I hope y'all enjoyed that 3 count and that ridiculous promo on Raw. My sister, Straight Edge Sweetheart, she compared The Rock's promo on Monday Night Raw to the last day of school, how people act completely insane because they know they're about to get off a summer vacation. That's exactly what he was doing. He was like, I'm going to enjoy this because I do not have to come back ever again. So there's 2. Now, a match I was pleasantly surprised with The Undertaker and Triple H.
Awesome match.
Another person I give my opinion on very often. I do not like Triple H, but he put on a match. Thought it was lame he got to make that awesome entrance. They had to fire like 5 little FCW guys to pay for that entrance, but it was a great entrance. It was a great match. Tevin, any comments on that match?
Well, I love Triple H, and I knew going into the match he was going to make it awesome, and it's exactly what it was. I got scared a couple times in the match, as you can see in the reactions video.
Oh, yes,
but,
yes.
God, that was an awesome match. I thought they was going to kill Undertaker, but it seems he was standing tall.
You thought they were going to kill Undertaker? I thought Triple H died at least 5 times in the match.
Last year, I thought Undertaker died. This year, I thought there's no way he's going to even make it down to the ring. But turns out Triple H was the one that was going to be the dead man.
I did think it was a little unfair that Triple H got to bring his butt cheeks as partners in the match and make it a handicap match. Seriously, Triple H, get wider trunks, like a Kofi Kingston type of trunk, because it was really distracting me to see Triple Cheeks. His name should be Triple C instead of Triple H, because there was cheeks, and more cheeks.
Yeah, ridiculous. We saw sledgehammers, chairs, and Triple Cheeks.
Triple Cheeks. Ridiculous.
They would do well winning
totally
the match.
Ridiculous. I like Shawn Michaels being the referee, walking that line of, I'm going to help Triple H, I'm not going to help Triple H. Oh, they pushed me down. And he had like a mental breakdown during the match.
Did. He was crying.
I don't know how to feel about that. It was interesting.
And his entrance, God, he was hyper, like a kid going to Disney World.
He was hype. He was very, very hype.
With his baggy
really cool.
Clothes. Which was...
I
guess if you're going out, go out in style and comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, something else I was surprised about. Kelly did a couple really good moves in her match.
Yep. Divas proved me wrong. I usually want to turn the channel with the Divas. I'm like, where's my remote? But no, Kelly hit that big move, and we'll be talking about it for the next 7-8 years.
That poor little Maria Menounos girl, I thought she was dead too.
She was with Triple H.
Poor thing. I mean, her and Triple H probably just went straight into a casket after the match, because I felt so bad for her. If that match would have had a stipulation as a casket match, they could have just put both of them in the ground after the match, because that poor girl, I know she had like all these fractures and her feet were like off her body and something would happen with her ribs, and she showed all of it in the match. I don't even know if she made it to the ring. When she got to the ring, she's like, damn, please don't tag me. Please, God, don't. Oh, damn, she tagged me.
But she kind of had more heart than some of the other Divas, because even with broken ribs and all that, she still got up and fought. It wasn't that much, but she still fought.
She did better than
match. And Kelly
go to Celebrity Apprentice or do Playboy. I released a song using the term song loosely. Fantasy. Anyway, enough for her. Anyway, so I'm trying to think of another good. Oh, the Daniel Bryan Sheamus squash match.
Oh, God.
People were so upset about it, but really, I said from the beginning, I didn't think anybody even gave a damn about that match.
They were trying so hard to build up that match. I mean, making the last 18 seconds just really showed how much it didn't really matter.
Speaking of which, Randy Orton and Kanes.
Oh, God.
Where did that match even come from? That was the most...
Started with botch, ended with botch.
That match was bad. It was a bad... I know people don't want to say Randy Orton and bad match in the same sentence, but it wasn't a good match. It wasn't a good build-up. It was just so Randy Orton could get himself on the card.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Kane really made himself known over the year, and I guess kind of Randy Orton too, and they figured out a way to put them both at WrestleMania and now give him some side jobs, give him a little bit of build-up, which lasted 1 week.
But here's my thing.
Friday night.
Maybe Orton should have maybe chosen to go AWOL for that match. Not been there. It wasn't worth my time. It was just a stupid match. I was like, how much did I pay for this? $65 to see this?
Speaking of Randy Orton, I read on his Twitter account that they took him out of the Marine 2. I mean, it's the Marine 3. They took him out. He's no longer in it.
Yeah, I heard that too, and I heard they're looking for somebody to replace him, but I don't know whose idea that was in the first place to put Randy Orton in the Marine. I was like, what? Why put Randy Orton in the Marine 3?
I thought he was
he gonna leave halfway through the movie? Like, the Marine starring Randy Orton.
I thought he was trying to get it from the Marines as much as possible.
I don't know whose idea that was. But anyway, is there any matches I'm missing from WrestleMania? Oh God, CM Punk and Chris Jericho.
It was pretty good. I thought it was awesome.
I don't think it was the best in the world versus the best in the world.
It started off question. I was like, oh, best in the world, not the best in the match.
Best in the where?
But towards the middle and the end, I was like, okay, that's what I'm expecting from them.
I more enjoyed the Monday Night Raw segment between CM Punk and Chris Jericho.
The famous slip.
The match was good. Not the Y2 slip, J slip. But the wannabes. Let me say this about Chris Jericho before I forget, actually. Chris Jericho, I said some not nice things about him last week, or the week before, I don't remember, but I don't feel like his heart is in the WWE anymore. I feel like it's there because it doesn't have anywhere else to be. But I think Chris Jericho excuse me, cherry limeades. I think Chris Jericho has certain features and mannerisms that you can't teach wrestlers. You have to either have it or you don't have it, and Chris Jericho has it. The face like this, like, oh my God, what are you talking to me for? I'm Chris Jericho. That's something only
that's natural talent.
You're born with that. Like if he wasn't a wrestler, he'd still be that way.
Yep.
I think that's it for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So Monday Night Raw, the following night in Miami, it didn't have for me anyway, it didn't have the party atmosphere that most after WrestleMania Raws have. Like, I remember in Houston, there was nothing that even got done that night except Batista coming back only to get hurt 2 months later.
We did have 3 returns.
Yeah, there were 3 returns?
Yeah, there was A-Train, Lord Tensai,
yes.
Alberto Del Rio,
yes, I forgot about Alberto Del Rio.
I
love him so much.
Brock Lesnar.
Let's talk about that as a matter of fact.
Trending on Twitter, going crazy, berserk, everything.
Brock Lesnar came back, and I realized when he made his entrance that I did not care about him the first time.
It shows these wrestlers do age, and he aged so much. Need a tan, Brock. 2012
will forever be remembered. If the world doesn't end, it'll be remembered for the world ending if the world does end. But if the world doesn't end, it should be known as the year every WWE superstar came back.
Oh, yes.
I mean, Chris Jericho, The Rock. Now, will they stay? Probably not. Chris Jericho, The Rock, Brock.
A-Train.
A-Train, Lord Tensai.
Yeah.
Whoever this guy is. Alberto Del Rio doesn't really count because he's been in and out, whatever. Yeah, so Brock Lesnar came back. I liked The Rock's little promo at the beginning because I felt like he was going to be gone. I was like, this is the last time I have to see you and hear your Fruity Pebbles jokes. And hear you quote those lines from 1985. You smell. I'm glad he's gone. So
go hit the G.I. Joe retaliation stuff or whatever. Everybody loves so much. I heard they call him the Governor 2 or whatever, saying he's the new action star of the year and whatever. So go ahead and do what you need to do because we still doing good in wrestling.
But at least y'all can see him every week again.
Yeah.
If you pay your money to go to the movies. You can see him as many times because there's Snitch, there's G.I. Joe. I'm sure there's other horrible movies that he's going to make.
Cool.
You can go see him. There might be another Be Cool where he can be even gayer than he was in the first one. But he wants to stick things up John Cena's ass. You're a great actor, Rock. A great actor.
Yeah.
You just do that game plan all day long. I don't understand, let me say that, what they're doing with John Cena right now. It's like he's a heel without becoming a heel. This kid it's like he's being a heel by being a face. Maybe it's genius. I don't know. Everybody's like waiting for him to snap. I don't think he's going to snap. I think the fact that everybody wants him to turn heel so bad and he's just not doing it is the same to me as being a heel.
It was cool in the 90s to cheer the bad guys. When, Stone Cold, they started cheering the bad guys. But I guess now it's cool to cheer, to boo the good guys, which I'm confused with WWE fans. Can we not be loyal anymore? Like in The Rock when he leaves.
I said this the other day. I think the internet is a disease in professional wrestling. I think because I said on Twitter that I found it would have been much better if Brock Lesnar returned without the "We Want Lesnar" chants before. It would have been so shocking and different. I don't know.
Yeah, because nobody used to know. It's like, oh, let's watch wrestling. Oh my God, he's back.
Exactly.
And everybody was like, yeah, I checked my Twitter timeline today. I knew Brock was going to be back. Where's the fun in all of that? Oh, it's going.
Yep. Or people that are saying, oh, well, The Rock had heat on him for not going to the Hall of Fame. Who thought The Rock was going to the Hall of Fame? I didn't think he was I was surprised he came to WrestleMania. I was like, oh, snap, what? And then Monday Night Raw the next night, that was a surprise. That's something the internet did not spoil for me.
Satellite.
I was like, he's there. Granted, he lives in Miami, so he just had to drive, but he missed it the last 7 years. So
was right there by the Hall of Fame. He still didn't go to that one.
Didn't go to that one. But, I just have a real problem with the internet as far as professional wrestling goes.